The Scimitar is a 20-inch wingspan embryo endurance model from Campbell Custom Kits, re-engineered by Mark Freeland of Retro RC. In this video, you will see a few key steps of its construction and how it was covered with Deluxe Materials Easy Dope and the new lightweight Eze Tissue paper. Here you can see all the main components of the kit and the Deluxe Materials glue for assembly and finishing, Rocket's Hot CA and Speedbond Fast Dry PVA. The tissue covering required Deluxe Materials tissue paste. We used superphatic glue as an option for those sensitive to CA fumes. We strengthened the longerons in line with the kitmaker's recommendations. We used the pinpoint syringe kit loaded with Speedbond, which was ideal for applying small amounts of glue to the longerons. Here you can see the fast-drying Speedbond in action. Sand and Seal was used to seal the balsa nose cone. It is water-based and sanded smooth after application, ready for painting. Easy Wind friction-modified silicone grease is the chosen rubber lubricant for anti-fling properties and its ability to deliver the ultimate flight experience. Eze Tissue has a strong grain direction, and the Scimitar was now ready to cover with blue and yellow Eze Tissue. Eze Tissue is designed to give excellent results with Deluxe Materials Easy Dope. It is stronger than most other available tissues and can be bonded with Deluxe Materials tissue paste and airproofed with Deluxe Materials Easy Dope. Easy Dope is a good choice because it has little or no odour and therefore is ideal for working indoors. A really nice professional finish is possible when using Eze Tissue. Please note, however, Eze Tissue is not suitable for conventional dope. A neatly finished framework is half the battle in achieving a smoothly finished model. We used 2 separate colours of Eze Tissue and some red checker design for the rear vertical fin. Eze Tissue has a strong grain structure in the long direction. The underside of the structure was covered first, followed by the top. The tissue was cut out according to the grain direction, with a 1 to 2 cm overlap all round. Here you see all the Eze Tissue paper parts laid out. Eze Tissue has exceptionally high wet strength, with maximum strength in the direction of the grain. Eze Tissue may be applied wet or dry, but for best results, apply wet, except for under cambered wings or similar situations where shrinkage may cause tissue to pull away. Here you see it having been immersed in a 5% solution of Eze Dope and ready to apply to the airframe. Soft water works best when preparing this mixture. If you live in a hard water area, you might want to use distilled water or boiled water that has cooled. Deluxe Materials tissue paste was applied to the outer edges of the framework, using a fingertip to smooth the tissue paste evenly onto the balsa structure. We placed the tissue as accurately as possible, pulling it taut along the long dimension, the maximum strength of the grain, then rubbed down the extreme edges to adhere the tissue to the structure. We eased the tissue into place over the short dimension of the structure and rubbed it down, applying more tissue paste as required. Adhesion was helped by moistening the edges of the tissue and rubbing down, and then leaving it to dry. When dry, we trimmed any excess tissue using a sharp blade or fine sandpaper, and covered the other side of the structure in the same way. There was no undercamber wing on this model, but if there was, the tissue would be applied dry and sprayed or brushed once the tissue paste had dried. For thin structures, to prevent the tissue from sticking to the other surface, wet only one side at a time and keep the wet surface underneath so gravity keeps it away from the other surface. As for the wing, the fuselage yellow was cut in the direction of the grain and a solution of 5 to 10% Eze Dope was prepared in a dipping tray. Tissue paste was then applied and smoothed and spread with a finger. The Eze Tissue was then dragged through the Eze Dope solution. It has plenty of wet strength. We placed the tissue again as accurately as possible, pulled it taut along the long dimension and smoothed it into place. Once the tissue paste had dried, it was ready for airproofing with a more concentrated solution of 30% Eze Dope and 70% water. An Eze Dope solution can be applied with a soft brush or a spray, with great care to avoid drips and puddling. After the first coat was dry and the tissue was once again taut, we applied 2 or 3 more coats to create a durable finished surface that will not sag in damp weather. The checker tissue was used to decorate the tail fin. The small windscreen was bonded with rocket odorless, which gave an almost instant crystal clear result. Decals made from printed offcuts of Eze Tissue were easily applied. And scallops were easily applied with a 10% solution of Eze Dope and water. After cutting the various trim shapes from coloured tissue, the same 10 to 90% mix of Eze Dope and water and a wide soft brush was used to bond the trim to the Eze Tissue base covering. Eze Dope is sticky, so the coloured tissue adheres and holds nicely. If you have followed this process and the advice given, you will have a first-class, durable model whose tissue will not sag in the damp. Thanks to the great new Eze Tissue covering and finishing products from Deluxe Materials. Now with our Easy Wind rubber lubricant, she flies like a dream.